From the edge of Music City, live from Liberty Hall in the historic factory at Franklin, Music City Roots is on the air. Welcome to everybody listening and watching the broadcast. And welcome to our live audience. Are you with us? All right, you ready for some music? All right. Very special extended performance by one of the finest all-around musicians in Nashville. She brought along some exceptional and rather famous friends to help her out. Plus, you will hear from the world's most innovative ukulele player, a slick young man out of Belmont University, and a return visit from one of the coolest groups in New Orleans. Does that say that right? New Orleans. New Orleans. New Orleans. Yeah, I'm with you. It's going to be a great night. Now, to bring all those artists to the stage, we'll say hello once again to our musical host. He's a Grammy Award-winning singing, songwriting, country, and bluegrass master. He comes in a 2D and 3D model. Please welcome Jim Lauderdale.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, I think.
Of course.
Keith, thank you.
I'm one of your biggest fans.
Keith.
You know that.
Well, hey, I'm going to, I've been on this roll this summer of doing a bunch of brand new songs because I'm working on a double album now. I'm almost finished with it. So if that's okay, I'll do a new song for you tonight. So bear with me. And it's like I say, I'm going to step out on a limb, but if that limb breaks and I fall, will you catch me? Okay, all right. When a game gets too hard to watch and the water gets too far to cross, if a game is somebody else's loss, I don't want to win. When a game goes too far to stop and it's sudden victory or not, and you know you miss a lot, well, I don't want to win. That's not how life is, or is it now? When the game goes on and on, we were right and then we fall, and you never want to talk. Well, I don't want to win. That's not how life is, or is it now? When the game won't give you your turn, and somebody else is getting hurt, it's like nothing you've ever heard. Well, I don't want to win. It's a game. I don't want to play. It's a game. I don't want to win. don't wanna win. I don't wanna win. Thank you.
I like that.
Thanks so much. Hey, welcome to Music City Roots, live from Liberty Hall, everybody. Thanks for being with us here and out there in Radio Land and in Web Vision Land, or whatever it's called. And greetings from all of us here on the Roots team. And it's, like Keith said, it's going to be a fantastic show. And he's a fantastic Keith. A Keith like no other. As Keiths go, he's Keithier. Let's hear it for... And by the way, Keith, I'm not teasing you about this. I'm being serious.
Wait,
I love your new haircut.
Thank you.
Let's hear it for Keith Bilbrey over
my
here,
new
ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, I've got a good trivia question for tonight.
Oh, yes.
Okay, here's the trivia question. See if anybody knows. In Jim Lauderdale's opening song tonight, how many notes did he sing in Game? 17. You're right. That's right. Game. But it was good. I like that song.
Thanks, I think, Keith.
It's artistic license, y'all.
17 notes. That's amazing.
I'll have to compliment you more often, Keith. If
I like that song.
over here in the chat room is our blogger and interview guy. Resistance is futile, Mr. Craig Havighurst.
Hey, all right. Hey, everybody. Man, folks on Hippie, I am looking at a full house, 2 decks. We got people dining up on the balcony. Soon they'll be dancing. We've got diners over there, and just awesome. You guys look terrific. Thank you for coming out for a big night, one night that we have been working on that we think is going to be really special. Say some quick thank yous because we got so much music to go to. I'm going to run through this fast. We've already acknowledged our on-air partner, Hippie Radio 94.5 FM. Give them a round of applause. We really appreciate them so much. All their partners include Soulshine Pizza, the pickups point in Midtown for the bus, and the 5-spot in East Nashville. Acceptance Insurance are brand new on our team, and we want to say a special hello to CEO Joe Borbley and the team there. You'll be hearing lots more about them as the weeks go on. They've come aboard in support of our national public television broadcast and the show and Bluegrass Underground too, and so we really welcome them. You'll see their logos, and you'll be hearing lots more about Acceptance. So welcome to the fold, guys. Cannot thank you enough. Michael King and his team from legendary Monell's Dining and Catering. I'm sure some of you had some tonight. It is up there, and it is good. So thanks, Monell's. Line up tonight, we're going to have 2 sets doing her new album, Rise, from front to back, with most of the musicians who made it, including some incredibly special guests that we will be hearing about later. The wonderful, our dear friend, Andrea Zonn. Let's settle in. We've got a few wonderful artists before that. We're going to hear from the Honey Island Swamp Band of New Orleans, Louisiana. How about them? Yeah. That's a return visit to Roots. We haven't heard them in 3 years. And a brand new band that is here in town. Young folks who can play some jazz. Gnarly Parker's coming up in the second set. And we got a world famous cat here in the beginning, and really enjoyed meeting him today. And Jim's going to bring him on.
From the time his mom gave him a ukulele, it was clear the guy on stage was born to make music. And then it became clear he wasn't going to just build on tradition. He was going to turn it on its head. And it's so rare to see an artist transform an instrument, but that's what he did. And we're very lucky to have him on our stage. From the great state of Hawaii, please welcome Jake Shimabukuro.
Thank you so much. Woo! Please welcome Nolan Werner on the bass from Nashville. We're just so honored, to be here and to be performing and to be a part of Andrea Zonn's CD release. It is such an honor to be here, and we're just stoked that we get to play. So thank you so much. We're gonna move on to a song here. This is a tune that was inspired by a very famous Japanese word, and it's ichigo ichie, which means once in a lifetime chance. And it has to do with the meeting of people, just like tonight, with all these, legendary artists that are going to be performing on this stage with Andrea in a little bit. It's just incredible to see, just to feel the energy back there, backstage. It's quite an honor. So we're going to play this song for you entitled Ichigo Ichie. Thank you very much. Oh man, we want to thank you so much for letting us be a part of the program tonight. It is truly an honor, and I was born and raised in Hawaii, and I'm telling you, man, I've been so inspired. I got into Nashville Sunday night, and it's just been such a inspirational experience. So thank you so much for just just keeping the, I guess, I don't know, the music. There's just something so magical about the music here. On Monday night, I was very, very fortunate to sit in with the Time Jumpers down at 3rd and Lindsley, and with Vince Gill and all those guys, and then after that, I got to sit in with Carl Jackson, and it's been just amazing. So very humbling, and we're just honored to be here. We're gonna do one more song. Give it up again for Nolan Werner on the bass. Man, I'm gonna have to pack my bags and move in with you, man. You got room for me? Yeah. All right. Well, here's a song that was inspired by one of my heroes, the great Bruce Lee. Song entitled Dragon. Thank you so much. Nolan Werner, I'm Jake Shimabukuro. Aloha!
Wow. Jake Shimabukuro. Jake, that was awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Jake Shimabukuro, everybody. Thank you, guys. Wow.
I've never seen anybody put the scald
I
on a
have
ukulele
not either.
before.
I have not seen that myself.
Pretty amazing.
That is. And I'm glad we got to see that together, Keith. And you know what? This calls for some celebration.
Absolutely.
Let's have a banana pudding toast from Monell's kitchen
Yeah.
over there. One of our favorite.
Oh, yeah.
These are a few of my
To the
favorite.
ukulele.
Tink.
Aloha, my friend.
Yes.
Oh, that's good stuff. I better not try to eat it during the
Wow.
commercial, though.
Now that's a luau in itself, right there. I'll tell you what. That is.
Absolutely. If we had some hula dancers.
No,
that
he
would
was.
just be-
Jake was just amazing.
Yes,
Yeah.
he was.
Yes. Let's hear it again for Jake.
Standing ovation,
Yeah.
in case you're listening on the radio. Well, folks, if you enjoy our show, you have to know it's made possible by our sponsor. Right now, we'd like to talk about the amazing Star 129 diamond. It's hard to describe the difference between a Star 129 diamond and an ordinary diamond over the radio. It's one of those things you just need to see. It's created using patented technology, which we believe is the most significant advancement in diamond cutting technology in nearly 100 years. Now, there's only one place to go in Nashville to see it in person, and that is Forster's Diamond Outlet on Hickory Hollow Parkway in Nashville. Now, here's the good news. While you're there, say you get a case of diamond envy. Well, you can ask about their trade-in program. In some cases, your old diamond can even be recut by master craftsmen and transformed into a Star 129, created to outsparkle normal diamonds to the naked eye, which is really what counts. Take a look at the display here in the hall. Visit Diamond Outlet on Hickory Hollow Parkway in Nashville. And the rest of you around the country can find a dealer near you at star129.com. By the way, if you go to the website to get tickets, just put in a little promo code STAR129 and it's suddenly 2 for 1. Is that right, Bob? Yes, sir. Old Bob's going to buy you a ticket. You buy one, he buys one. Such a deal. So check that out. By the way, thanks to Griffin Technology of the phone charging station up in Sponsor Village. Craig's over in the chat room, and wow, is all I can say
folks.
about
One more
that
time
performance.
for Jake. Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't think we've ever had an aloha on our stage before, but every show's got something new. So there's a nice connection with you musically and Nashville-wise. Later on, Andrea Zonn's going to have the great McAnally play in the band. And what's your tie?
Well, I met Mac, years ago, and he was really one of the guys who just really took me under his wing. You know, he's the nicest guy in the world, nicest human being, and he really took me under his wing and introduced me to like Jimmy Buffett and all these great musicians and that whole world. And really, he was the first one to encourage and inspire me to start to record an album of just solo ukulele stuff. And he produced that first record. It was called Gently Weeps, and we recorded it right here in Nashville.
That was 2006. That's just after or around the time that the famous video got on YouTube of you playing While My Guitar Gently Weeps in Central Park. We went into the story in some depth earlier in an interview that we'll post later this week. But at that point, what struck me is that you had a whole lot of incredibly complicated songs arranged for this. There's a long album. It's like 16, 15 tracks or something like that. And talk about working those tunes up so that they sounded full to you because you had been playing with a band up to that point.
Yeah, I always had a rhythm section, I always played with the rhythm section because I didn't have the confidence, to play just by myself, just as a soloist. And I remember when I was first talking to Mac about doing this record, of just solo ukulele stuff, I was so intimidated, and when we were in the studio, I would try to play things, and I'd be like, all the silence, you get so afraid of the silence, and but Mac was just so encouraging, and well, as everyone knows, he's really the greatest guy, just such a great mentor, and has been a really great big brother to me. So,
all right.
Yeah.
We talked about in the introduction you stretching the tradition that the ukulele comes from. How is there any controversy about that in Hawaii? Are there traditionalists who say it should be played this way, son, or is the culture there very encouraging? Go play rock and roll, play jazz. That's what it's for.
Well, Joe Craven was always a guy that I always respected, and his philosophy. I mean, he would always tell people that you can't have innovation without tradition. They go hand in hand, and I believe that's so true. Any instrument that you play, you always have to respect the tradition of the instrument. The culturally, where it came from, and then once you have a good grasp of that, then you can push the boundaries and do other things, and like Bela Fleck is another one of my heroes and mentors.
It seemed clear,
and he is very, he is so far beyond, what anyone else. I mean, he's just amazing. But he's still rooted in tradition. When he wants to, he can always go back to the tradition of the banjo, and he can play it like nobody's business. And
right.
so I've learned so much from him, and always wanted to make sure that I respect the Hawaiian tradition of the ukulele, as well as branching out and trying other things.
What I'm unclear on is if you did listen to the elders of the ukulele in Hawaii, would there be much finger style the way you do it? You could call it Segovia style or Chet Atkins style. You're using your thumb, you're using nails, individual fingers like a classical guitarist. Does that come from the tradition, or did you add it to it?
Oh no! I mean, there's so many wonderful ukulele players, that I grew up listening to. People like Eddie Kamai, people like Peter Moon, Ota-san, Troy Fernandez, Kelly Boy de Lima, Jesse Kalimi. I mean, there's so many great virtuosos of the instrument that I grew up listening to and have inspired me. And people that have done a lot of great jazz arrangements for the ukulele. Even like Lyle Ritz. Lyle Ritz, he's great ukulele jazz ukuleleist, and he all these people inspired me and influenced me, and all of these things were done. I think Peter Moon was one of the greatest, string virtuosos, a wonderful ukulele player, and also a wonderful Hawaiian slack key guitar player.
Cool.
So all of these guys, there's just so many wonderful musicians that have come out of Hawaii, from that tradition.
Interesting.
And I think just like right here in Nashville.
You should make a playlist to get us familiarized.
Oh yeah,
That'd
in
be
fact,
fun.
the opening song that we played with was actually a traditional Hawaiian song, believe it or not.
All right.
It was just our own little spin on it, but it was a song written for King David Kalakaua called Kavika, which means David in Hawaiian.
Okay, cool. We can't get off without mentioning the album Travels. Your first album, 3 years, comes out October 9th, and got to hear just the first inklings of it, and I loved what I heard. The title cut's amazing. How would you introduce this album to people? What's special about it for you?
With this one, I worked with a dear friend of mine who produced and engineered another great ukulele player and a mentor of mine, Israel Kamaka Vivole, who recorded an amazing version of Over the Rainbow that I grew up listening to. And so Milan Bertosa, who produced and engineered that, I asked him if he would produce this album because I just love the beauty that he captured of Iz's ukulele, and I wanted to capture that, on my record as well. So it was fun, just working with a lot of friends, and it's very diverse because it was influenced by all of my travels, over the last few years, but also a tribute, to all my heroes, all my mentors, the ukulele players that I mentioned earlier. My journey as a musician and as an ukulele player, learning and being inspired by these guys. It was kind of a tribute, to them as well.
Fantastic. It comes out October 9th. He is on the road every day this fall, all over the world, really, and be back in Franklin at the Franklin Theater on October 13th. So put that on your calendar.
Hey.
Jake Shimabukuro, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, Greg.
Great to have you. Let's get hungry, sing about some chili. Allie Sutton, ready to go.
We are ready. It's time for a word from our sponsor, Vietti Chili. 1, 2, 3. Vietti Chili, it's better than all the rest.
Vietti, oh, Vietti.
Vietti Chili's gonna pass the test.
Vietti, oh,
Vietti. Minutes till it's done, so come on and get you some Vietti chili. When I want the chili, there's only one thought in my mind. Vietti, oh, Vietti. Tastes so great, it's the best you can find. Vietti, oh, Vietti. Minutes till it's done, get your chili on. Alison here, your Vietti chili girl, coming to you from Music City Roots, bringing you Nashville's hometown chili. Minutes till it's done, so come on and get you some Vietti chili. Gotta love the chili. And now let's get back to the show with Mr. Jim Lauderdale.
Well, thank you, Allie Sutton. And Joe, welcome back, too. Well, it's been enriching and exciting to see young people tap into a wide range of musical traditions in the Americana era. And this band's taken the stage now, found nourishment in the jazz and swing of the early 20th century. Formed by Belmont University students just a couple of years ago, they're knocking people out with their style and their skill. We're excited to welcome to Roots, Gnarly Parkers.
You won't be seeing me again. Pretend this night will never end.
Sing me, Sammy, I'm yours. Dim me, down you down to the floor. Sugar, please pass me along. I don't stick round for long.
Yes, you can lose me, Lucy.
Babe, I ain't choosing.
There's no time for wasting.
I got dreams for chasing.
Oh, I need fine.
Please treat me kindly.
Some other guy could sing me blindly. Flip me foxy, I'm yours. Sing me Sally just a little more. Drive me Dolly, but don't forget I get what I can get. You won't be seeing me again. Pretend this night never ends.
Sing me, Sammy, I'm yours. Dim me, down you down to the floor. Sugar, please pass me along. I don't stick round for long.
Yes, you can lose me, Lucy.
Babe, I ain't choosing.
There's no time for wasting.
Dreams for chasing.
Oh, I need fine.
Please treat me kindly.
Some other girl sing me blindly. Flip me foxy, I'm
yours. Sing me, Sally, just a little
Thank you so much. We're Gnarly Parkers from Nashville, and we're happy to be here. This is really exciting.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us here. And we actually just came out with the EP, so this is perfect timing for us. And all the songs you'll be hearing, minus one, is on our EP. That first one was Spin Me Many.
And yeah, this next one is the first song we wrote together. It's one of our favorites. It's called Big Ass World. So I hope you enjoy. Strands of honey amber poured down her shoulder blade. Can't help but notice when she walks my way. Lips of cherry, shame she barely knows my name. Her lavender sundress dances in summer's breath. She's always looking her very best. I smile sweetly, her eyes don't greet me anymore. And there's nothing, I mean nothing, in this big ass world like my loving. My heart's pumping for this girl, and I've seen her walking down by the boulevard with her beauty chasing her, and I'm feeling frozen and haven't chosen any words. I just wanna hold her with these loving arms, man. I really have no idea how she keeps my heart shaking, but never breaking. And there's nothing, I mean nothing, in this big ass world like my loving. My heart's pumping for this girl, and there's just no way I can show her how I feel, 'cause she's too fine for
As we mentioned, we've only been together for a few years, and actually Ryan and I met each other while we were in school. He was playing guitar at a friend's house. He was playing jazz, or well, swing specifically. And I immediately thought, I was like, I have to play with him, and we have to get together, so.
Yeah, she thought I was cute. That's all.
Sure.
Maybe.
So, well, no.
Come with me dance and sing and swing and dream of yesteryear. It's sweet to have you here. And we'll walk these streets, just steeping in the balmy rays. We'll marinate in summer's shade. Just let go, you let your hair sway to and fro. Rosy blush across your cheek, my darling. And you got something that I need, swindling eyes. Please let me be your babe, your swindling eyes. Dance and sing and swing and dream of yesteryear. It's sweet to have you here. And we'll walk these streets, just steeping in the balmy rays. She marinates in summer's shade. Just let go, you let your hair sway to and fro. Rosy blush across your cheek, my darling. You got something that I need, swindling eyes. Please let me be your babe, your swindling eyes. Oh, babe, your swindling eyes. Thank you.
She liked to tap her toes to a big bad band. Sammy went down to the local dive, but all the bar bands were playing junker blues. Sammy shake, Sammy shake, Sammy shake, shake it, Sammy, shake it, Sammy. Sammy shake,
You got to shake now.
Sammy shake,
You got to shake now.
Sammy shake, shake it, Sammy, shake it, Sammy. Jive. Duke was jumping, her rump was bumping. Sam shouted, Sammy shake, Sammy, shake, shake it, Sammy, shake it, Sammy. Sammy, shake.
You got to shake now.
Sammy, shake.
You got to shake now.
Sammy, shake, shake it, Sammy, shake it, Sammy.
Roger Rouse.
She saw Shady Jack with the smoke in the bag and thought she could get her search on track. She snuck back to the dressing room. Now Sammy's higher than the moon. Sammy shake, Sammy shake, Sammy shake, shake it, Sammy, shake it, Sammy. Sammy shake,
You got to shake that.
Sammy shake.
You got to shake that.
Sammy, shake, shake it, Sammy, shake it, Sammy.
Thank you.
That's one of our newest ones called Sammy Shake. And as we mentioned, we have EPs for sale, and they just came out yesterday. It's called Hopheads.
Yeah, it's brand new. All the tunes we're playing tonight, you can hear them on there, and so we hope you enjoyed. We got enough time for one more tune for you. This is one of the closing tracks on our EP. It's called "Dream of You." Thank you.
Until tomorrow, till you're near, till your sweet voice falls soft on my ear, I'll keep on living in a dream of you. Till that tower crumples to the ground, till Our Lady finally hangs up her crown, I'll keep on living in a dream of you. You say it'd be a mistake to jump across that lake. Well, time's never on our side. That little bitty pool keeps playing us for fools. Oh, darling, I know one day we'll change the tide. Until tomorrow, I say again, until no more words can fall from my pen, I'll keep on living in a dream of you. got me on my knees, begging to for play. You keep on living in a dream of you. I'll keep on living dans ce
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, Gnarly Parkers, everybody. Thank you, sir. That's fantastic. Gnarly Parkers. Thank y'all so much. It's great. Go get that CD over there. Thank y'all so much. Keith, we don't get to hear that too often, that era. That's just wonderful.
That's a stage full right there.
That is. Thank you so much. Well, Keith, I guess it's time for me to not dilly-dally and just turn things right over to you.
But you're such
my
a good
friend.
You're
right
such
straight.
a,
I want to hear what is coming out of your voice. What you're going to tell the folks now. You go right ahead, my friend. Just let it come forth. Keith Bilbrey, ladies and gentlemen.
You're such a good dilly-dallyer, though, Jim. We enjoy that very much, don't we, gang? You're listening to Hippie Radio, Nashville, Bellevue, 94.5 on your FM dial. Don't forget, you're going to see a surprise here later tonight. But this Friday night, a rare appearance by legendary Keb Mo at the Skirmerhorn Symphony Center downtown. How about that? Hear Keb Mo perform songs from his critically acclaimed new album, Blues Americana. Get your tickets for this Friday while they last at NashvilleSymphony.org. What if you could keep an eye on your finances 24/7, no matter where you are or what you're doing? Well, Ascend Federal Credit Union offers free, convenient account access with eBranch, online bill payment with ePay, and online statements with eStatements. Use Ascend's app to access your accounts on your favorite mobile device. Stay on the go with Ascend's e-services and see what's possible. Visit ascendfcu.org to register for e-services from Ascend. Oh, Allie is here. We're going to do a drawing. Yes, sir. And this is for a $25 prepaid Visa card, compliments of Ascend Federal Credit Union. Are you ready? $25 right here to spend any way you want to. Heather Darling. Heather, there you are. I used to watch you on the Andy Griffith Show, didn't I? The Darling Family? Yeah? No, not quite. Okay. Well, it's good to have you here tonight, and go over to Ascend's desk over there, and they'll have your $25 gift certificate waiting for you. All right, let's get back to the chat room right now, Griffin Technology, and look who's with Craig Havikhurst.
I think tonight we can say this is our guest of honor, Andrea Zonn, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, thanks, Craig.
She's been with us on the show many times in one capacity or another. You're part of a special night where you got to do some songs, but it wasn't a featured set. But you and you brought so many friends with you. We'll talk about them in a minute. So the album is called Rise, and you, I know you love to make records, but you work so much for wonderful people. Talk about just the time when you said you had the energy and the time and the direction to say, look, I'm going to carve out the time and make this happen, because it hadn't happened in some years.
You're right. It had been a few years since I'd made a record, but and I've been working with James Taylor all these years, and it's odd. You know, he stopped and paused to make a new record, which meant that the rest of us had a little more time than we had been used to having. So it felt like the right time to start writing and thinking about it and conceptualizing, planning, putting the whole thing together.
Yeah. And the title track is Rise, and this, as you described to me before, was kind of the creative and emotional spark and centerpiece. How does that work out?
It is. You know, there was a morning when my son was having some health issues, and we'd just gotten home from the hospital, and kind of were waiting until the next step could happen, and I opened the curtains, and literally there was a blanket of clouds hanging down. Looked like you could touch them. And I just thought about that. And the ensuing thing, actually, that was the beginning of the Nashville flood of 2010. Yeah. And metaphorically, it actually went hand in hand with the trials of my son, you know, just where, you know, you're sort of faced with a difficult situation, and you find yourself compelled to do, the placing of one foot in front of the other, whatever is necessary to make it to the next place.
Were you literally cooped up? We were all cooped up in the house watching the most deluge-like rain for 48 hours. Everybody's got a good flood story.
Oh, sure.
But at that point, when you're sort of in tumult and you know things are not resolved, they're going to be a trial, and you had to sit in the house for those days?
Right, and I'm thinking, okay, if something happens, how are we going to cross the river to get to the hospital? Yeah, I had those feelings. We're sitting there watching the waters come up.
It doesn't feel like creative time. That feels like pace the flipping
let's say
floor
that this
time.
was where you source the creativity. The creativity sources back to this when you have a little better frame of mind. Yeah.
Talk about assembling these players, and I'll get to some of the individuals in a second. But
Sure.
you joked that you, for a while you were calling it the love record in your head because you have
That's
such
right.
feelings for these folks.
I do. I have copious amounts of affection for everybody that's coming to play tonight and others that are on the record. It was just I really wanted to tell these stories with people that are near and dear to me in real life, as well as people that I feel like I have tremendous musical rapport with. And I think those things go hand in hand together. But most of these people I've had very long musical relationships and friendships with, and it just felt like the right combination of elements to make these songs kind of come to life.
One that I wanted to ask about who will be on stage tonight is Willie Weeks. Tell people about Willie Weeks.
Willie Weeks, legendary bass player. We all know Willie, right? And we know about Willie, right? Yes. The
liner
Willie
notes readers in the
Weeks,
crowd will
yes.
know.
And he started, I think the first thing he was known for was Donny Hathaway. And he went on and played with George Harrison and Eric Clapton and Doobie Brothers. And when I met him, which was 25 plus years ago, he was working with Vince Gill. I went out and started working with Vince. My very first night was with Willie, and just instantly started learning from him.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Do these bands, Vince's band, James Taylor's band, they tend to be very close and core for many years. Once those people get set, there's no reason to change anybody. So you must get to know them so well.
You get to know them so well. I mean, there's such a chemistry, and it kind of comes together piece by piece, I think, and when it feels that good and when it's that easy and the rapport is so lovely, why would anyone want to leave?
Right.
Yeah.
We're also going to hear and see Mr. Tom Utz, who I know co-wrote a lot of the stuff with you,
Yes, he
almost
did.
had a production role.
Almost.
So
Yeah.
how does that relationship fit?
Tom actually is the person I've known. I think I met him more recently than anyone else. But we did a gig together with Peter Cooper, and I had not come across Tom before, and I was like, wow, who is this person? He blew me away. Just his sensitivity, his beautiful guitar playing, and his understanding of music, his way of communicating. We did some more work together soon thereafter and decided to start writing together, and the songs just sort of tumbled right out.
And before we go, just so people know about a little bit about your background, what's so interesting is that you had a lot of classical training growing up in a musical household, but also excelled in traditional fiddle playing and bluegrass. And so how did you find and negotiate the space between those two? What set you more in a direction ultimately of popular music, of progressive, of bluegrass and its cousins and Americana? What steered you that way?
Well, and I started playing classical music as a 5-year-old, and by the time I was 10, I started fiddling as a way to actually to play things at my technical level that sounded a little better than the classical repertoire, which was student literature and all that. But I started finding common threads, between folk music and classical music, and especially when you get into music of Bartók and Dvorak and composers that draw heavily from folk music, or even Bach, who his songs are so hymn-like. I mean, he's drawing from, the roots are all in the same place. So I started hearing the melting pot early on. Yeah.
Great. Are these guys ready? Everything good? No?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've got so much music. We want to pack it all in. Thanks for the time. Andrea Zonn, everybody. Delighted to have you here.
Thanks, Craig.
We've been hearing and seeing stories marking the 10th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina this month. It was a catastrophic landmark in the history of New Orleans and the Gulf Coast. but it did lead to the formation of the band taking the stage now. And not only have they returned to their great home city, they've returned to Music City roots again. Folks, put your hands together for the Honey Island Swamp Band.
Well, thank you guys for the Honey Island Swamp Band. Thrilled to be back here at Music City Roots. And like Jim said, it's been just about 10 years since Katrina now, since the storm, and I guess we're still writing songs about it. This one's called the Head High Water Blues.
Sleeping like a dead dog when daddy came to say, get yourself a hammer, son, it's a demolition day. Rocking in the backyard with a cock 22. Daddy's in the attic with a hatchet and the high water blues. Yeah, we saw the tears come down, down like a burning rain. Nothing left to fight for, nothing left to lose, no one left to cry for, nothing left to prove. Daddy said the tears come down, brother, when she got the news. Daddy's gone walking downtown, honey, with the head high water blues. Nothing left to fight for, nothing left to prove, no one left to cry for, nothing left to lose. Daddy's in the backyard with a cock 22. Mama's in the attic with a hatchet and the high water blues. Oh Lord, yeah, we saw the tears come down, brother, when she got the news. Daddy go walking downtown, honey, with the head high water blues.
All right. How y'all doing? All right? Yeah, you're right. This one goes out to my girl Katie, y'all. Katie May, now Katie May, baby, I need your loving tonight. Katie May, now Katie May, I need your loving every night and day. Girl, I need your loving every night and day. Met my Katie on Bourbon Street. She's so pretty, knocked me off my feet. Disappeared without a trace since I ain't had a smile on my face. Now, Katie May, now Katie May, baby, I need your loving tonight. Katie May, now Katie May, I need your loving every night and day. Girl, I need your loving every night and day. Katie May just need to be free. She's as happy as she wants to be. Rocks my soul away, she's so sweet. See her dance to that Zydeco beat. Now, Katie May, now Katie May, baby, I need your loving tonight. Katie May, now Katie May, I need your loving every night and day. Girl, I need your loving every night and day. Set 'em up and we'll knock 'em on down. Got my head spinning round and round. Got me feeling about high as a kite. Katie just may, now Katie just may. Katie May, now Katie May, baby, I need your loving tonight. Katie May, now Katie May, I need your loving every night and day. I need your loving every night and day. I need your loving every night and day. Where you at, Katie?
Thank you guys so very much. We got time for just one last song here, but we want to say one more time what a privilege it is to be here at such a great event, such a wonderful series, and a beautiful new place. So put your hands together for all the people who worked so hard to put it on, please. It's a special honor for us to share the stage with some of our favorite musicians that we've been listening to for a long time, and to make friends with some new guys that we never heard before. On the keyboards, please put your hands together for Nashville, Tennessee's own Adam Scott Wakefield over there on the keyboards. On On the guitar and the vocals, straight out of New Orleans, Louisiana, this is Chris Millet. On the drums and the vocals, straight out of New Orleans, Louisiana, that's Garland Paul. Garland Paul, come on. And on the bass and the vocals, straight out of New Orleans, Louisiana, we got Sam Price on the bass. My name is A-Ron with the Honey Island Swamp Band. Thank you guys so very much. This is one last song we're gonna do for you. It's called It Ain't No Fun. guys with the Honey Island Swamp Band from New Orleans, Louisiana. We gotta say, who dat?
The Honey Island Swamp Band. Guys, welcome back. Thank you so much. Welcome. It's great. It's awesome, man. Thank you so much. Honey Island Swamp Band. I'll tell you what, that was sweet, wasn't it, Keith?
That was sweet, sweeter than sweet.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Keith.
What are you doing?
Keith, I need a new pair of boots. I don't know about you.
I do too.
God, maybe. You know what? That's kind of on my wish list. You know what I mean? My
boots are always on my wish list.
boots are always good. You know?
I love them.
I love boots.
Especially when they come from French's shoes and boots.
Yeah. You can say that again.
Yes. They can come and measure my foot anytime.
Me too. Me too.
They're welcome. We'll get us a new pair of boots.
I'd love it. I would
put
love it.
on our cat clothes and we'll just like do Broadway one night.
Yeah.
Lord,
yeah, that'd be great.
Well,
hey!
How about that?
Wow. Speaking of boots.
Such a coincidence.
Hey, Rodney.
So good to see you.
Good to see you, Rodney.
I heard it was your birthday.
Well, it was, yeah. Well, yeah, it's my birthday.
I heard it was your birthday. And so we got with Dan Post Boots. You've been doing such a good job advertising for Dan Post Boots.
Look at this.
And we saw Gary McCrae this week.
Am I a happy man or what?
And we were going to measure your feet, but we didn't have enough time to get that done. So
that's all.
So if they don't fit, you can take them to any of the French's stores, 15 locations across Tennessee.
Boy, as Jed Clampett would say, we're doggies.
And we really appreciate all the hard work you do,
smell that leather.
And we do think that you are a lot Keithier than other Keiths.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to hold
and we
that
really like
distinction.
the new haircut too. Yeah,
well, I just went to the barber today, and I didn't have time to rearrange. So, wow, this is. I mean, I'm speechless. This is great.
Yeah, me too.
I don't get speechless very often. Rodney French, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Wow. Gosh, Keith, that's great. I'm
those fit. 9D, that's it.
That new boot smell.
Sorry you didn't get any, Jim.
Yeah, me too. Well, I'm happy.
I'll let you wear them sometime, okay?
I'm happy for you, though, Keith.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Wow, you're such a lucky guy.
He is eaten up with jealousy right now.
Oh, gosh, Keith, that's silly.
Is a man
I don't
that
have
is
a
just
jealous
eating his heart out.
bone in my
scrawny body.
That? Yeah, but anyway, Keith.
Well,
that's wonderful. I'm so proud of you and
thank you.
Happy. That's from the folks at French's. They really like you a lot.
Go backstage and cry. Go backstage and cry now. I know that's what you're wanting.
You've done such a great job. That's great.
I don't ever hear you talking about it.
Ow.
Well,
God, sorry. These things are just. Anyway, Keith, let's hear it for Keith Bilbrey and his new boots. That's great from French's.
Like
That's something to write home about, Keith. That's
right there.
It's great.
Folks, whether you're here in Tennessee or all across the USA, French's Shoes and Boots is your headquarters for Dan Post Boots. Now, is that not a good-looking boot? Made even better by the fact that it's free, you know? For over 50 years, Dan Post has built a heritage of comfort and authentic Western style. That is authentic Western styling right there. From your first step, you'll feel the difference in Dan Post comfort. I can't wait to put them on. Dan Post boots for the entertainer in you. Now, downtown Nashville, beautiful store. Franklin, 11 other cities all across Tennessee. It just makes good sense to shop at French's, your Dan Post headquarters. Now, for the rest of you listening in from New York to California, you just click on Music City Boots. That's with a B, musiccityboots.com, and click on the Dan Post logo. Now, it's time to go back to Craig over in the chat room. How about those boots, Craig? Good
well,
looking,
I should have some. I didn't know, but I'll wear them next week.
I feel pretty special right now.
Folks, one more time from the Honey Island Swamp Band. Say hey to Chris Moulet and Aaron Wilkinson. So glad to have them back. And I'm glad that y'all are back in New Orleans. I don't know 3 or 4 years ago when we met you guys if you had moved back by that point. Yeah. You had. Okay. So this is a major, major anniversary. 10th anniversary is happening this week of the flood. And I'd love for you guys each to reflect. You've had these 10 years. You've had these huge experiences. hugely complicated question, but as best you can boil it down, some of the key things that you take away and that you reflect on, and how the city's doing, whatever angle of it you'd like. But I'd love to hear you talk about the post-Katrina New Orleans that you know now.
Well, it's the city's thriving. You know, it's still changing a lot every day and every week. There's something new or that we either lose or gain. You know, but one thing kind of makes up for the other. You know, you lose one thing, you gain another. People are getting over it. You know, and this is it's a chance to kind of reflect on everything. But you know, most of us down there from there kind of want to just put it behind us, and
Interesting.
You know, it's kind of a reminder, but you know, I guess it's good to be reminded every once in a while about things. But we seem to keep as busy as we can to kind of, you know, and when it happened, that was our main focus, to keep busy and keep working, keep our mind off everything going on.
Yep. And that took place in San Francisco, right, Aaron?
That's right. We all ended up out there for different reasons, and as fate would have it, or whatever you want to call it, we all ended up in a bar. The same bar went out. I guess that's not too huge of a shocker if you know us, but but literally Chris and I were sitting at the bar, and Sam and Garland, the bass player and the drummer, walked in, and you know, some things that people who didn't go through it might not think about is you couldn't call anybody. Nobody's phone worked. Yeah. If you remembered someone's number, you maybe could try, but who remembers phone numbers anymore? That's what cell phones are for, right? So to have some guys you know just randomly walk in the bar all the way across the country was kind of mind-blowing. And yeah, and it happened to be a bass player and a drummer, and so we had, you know, a lot of drinks. And then we had some more, and then we said, you know, hey man, we should start a band. Who knows how long we're going to be here? And the owner of the bar was right behind the bar, and we asked him, can we have a gig? He said, you can play every Sunday, and
great.
That's how the band started.
That's what you need. Why, from all that distance away, of all the things you could have identified with about your home region, did the Honey Island swamp become the singular thing?
Well, it's a very close to New Orleans, and it's the largest swamp in Louisiana, and it's in Mississippi as well. But mostly, I kind of came up with the idea. We had been playing, and we actually maybe did a few gigs together before we named our band. And you know, I grew up with some of my family in McNeil and around Picayune, Mississippi, and I used to drive back and forth from New Orleans all the time. And we drove through the Honey Island Swamp, and I always thought it was kind of this magical place. And then we were doing what we were doing was a very rootsy sound, and it just kind of lent itself to the type of music we were doing.
That's part of the story. The rest of the story is, after we had all those drinks I was talking about, the next day the club owner called and was like, I got to put something in the paper. What's the name of the band? And we were like, what? What band? So I think Chris said the first thing that came out of his mouth, and I couldn't think of anything better. So.
It's good. It sounds like a very nice place to be. I imagine if you were lost in the middle of it, you wouldn't think it was that sweet, but sounds very pleasant anyway. Talk about the homecoming and talking about getting reestablished and going, man, we're home, back.
Well, it was a gradual thing. It didn't happen all at once, you know. And the first couple of times we went back there, which was in October probably, the storm hit on August 29th. So, you know, maybe slightly more than a month afterwards, everybody there had this kind of shell-shocked 1,000-yard stare to them. But it was surreal. Like, we were playing in bars, and there were National Guardsmen with machine guns, you know, behind the bar or in front of the bar or whatever. It was just weird, but everyone was so thankful that we were back there playing music, and I think it just made everybody really appreciate, you know, what they had. And you kind of got to see music doing what I think it does for a lot of people, which is make them forget about the really stressful realities of whatever it is they're going on. And the whole experience really just brought that into really stark focus, you know.
That's well said. Now, just one question. Musically, the twin guitar stuff is going on. Has that been part of the band feeling from the beginning? That's great. Little Allman Brothers touches and.
Well, that's something that's developed, I think, over the last couple of years. We started off primarily with Aaron playing more mandolin than guitar, and harmonica, and it's developed into an acoustic, and now the 2 electric guitars. And many of our biggest influences, have that kind of a setup in their band. So
great, cool. Now, the most recent record that as far as I can tell, is the Cane Sugar Project from 2013. Still here for sale tonight, I hope.
Got it.
And any plans now for recording and
absolutely.
next steps?
Those what you heard tonight was all going to be part of our next record. So those are a debut, more or less. So you heard it first.
All right, well, best of luck. Looks like everything's rolling up here. Guys, one more time for the Honey Island Swamp Band. Hope to see you again with a little longer set next time, and come and play Nashville often. All right.
All right.
Is that big gang center
Guys,
stage ready to go?
So good. Seriously, it's so good to have y'all back. That was a wonderful set. Yeah.
You brought Keith Bilbrey over with you. What's up?
Oh, I didn't realize I was...
My new boots?
They go with the new haircut, yeah.
Gosh, I'll have to remember to kick off every show paying you a nice compliment on your new haircut. And anyway, no, Keith, I am happy. He's silly, isn't he? He's very silly. Well, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, there's an occupational hazard in Nashville, and that's if you're incredibly talented as a singer and instrumentalist, sometimes big musicians hire you and value you and keep you very busy. So busy that maybe you're not totally free to pursue your own muse and make the album you were born to make. Well, that might have been true until recently for our special guest tonight, but not anymore. Her new album, Rise, is a culmination of life experience, musical vision, and amazing relationships. Please welcome a great Nashville artist, Andrea Zonn.
It used to be I couldn't wait to hit the highway, running just for running sake alone. It seems to me a different light is shining my way, now that I found another side of home. Now I long to hear the footsteps on the wood floor, feel the spirit settled in these storms. I wish the key was turning in the back door. For me, that's just another side of home. Back once again,
Another side of home.
back where I've been,
Another side of home.
taking me in.
Another side of home.
Used to be a place for bed and chair and table, void in spite of everything I own. From the cellar reaching to the highest table, you showed me another side of home. The curtain moving with the breeze that kissed me, it leaves me with an ache I've never known. I'll wrap your memory in my heart and take you with me.
Thank you so much. Hi. Good to see you guys. So happy you're here. So happy to get to play all of this from start to finish for you guys. This record is coming out in a month or so. A month from yesterday, actually. And as Jim told you and Craig told you, it's been like a labor of love. I've had some of my very favorite people, some of my favorite musicians come join me on this, and I'd like to introduce one to you now. This man is walking magic. I'm not lying about this. Everything he does makes me happy. And he was kind enough to come sing and play on this song. Would you please make welcome Kebmo? He's delicious already. This is a song called No Reason to Feel Good.
Springtime daybreak in the south. Open up the window. Feel the morning sunshine filling up the house every time the wind blows. I keep spinning with the seasons. I keep singing about the good old ways. I don't need any reason, don't need no reason to feel good these days. Feels like a religion, feels like Mardi Gras. I'm getting fortified. Soul food in the kitchen, blues man in the bar. Finally got my head right. I keep spinning with the seasons. I keep singing about the good old ways. I don't need any reason, don't need no reason to feel good these days. I found a shoe that fits me. I got a wheel that doesn't squeak. I got someone that gets me in a boat that doesn't leak. I found some sweet salvation in a book of nursery rhymes. Each day our own creation. These are the best of times. I keep spinning with the seasons. I keep singing about the good old ways. I don't need any reason, don't need no reason to feel good. I keep spinning with the seasons. I keep singing about the good old ways.
Kevin Lowe.
Thank you.
See what's gonna happen? We're gonna be people. You didn't even know he was gonna be here, didn't you? We were very good at keeping it quiet. Okay, so when I was a child, a little tiny 20-something-year-old child, a very long time ago, I was very fortunate enough to get to work with one of my favorite musicians. He continues to be one of the most, you know, his talent is endless. He sings, he plays, he writes, he produces. He's just one of the most musical cats and has been a mentor and a friend for many, many years now. Would you please make welcome Vince Gill? So this is a song called Crazy If You Let It. It's in the key of C if you're playing along. Laughing at the edges of the life I live. All these memories filling up my mind. Makes you careful with the heart you long to give. Lonely people in a lonesome time. You find a way to rise up to another day. You wear a smile and for a while forget it. Shake it off, take the loss, let it float away. 'Cause it can drive you crazy if you let it. Counting down the reasons to be blind with fear. As if it even matters anymore. Makes you careful with the heart you long to give. And who it is that we've been waiting for. You find a way to rise up to another day. You wear a smile and for a while forget it. Shake it off, take the loss, let it float away. 'Cause it can drive you crazy if you let it. And there is so much beauty to this world we're born in. Through every dark night there awaits another morning. You find a way to rise up to another day. You wear a smile and for a while forget it. Shake it off, take the loss, let it float away. 'Cause it can drive you crazy if you let it. It can drive you crazy if you let it. is Gill, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back. I want to take a moment and tell you about this gentleman to my left, on your right. This is Tom Utes. You know this man? Tom Utes. And Tom is not only one of my favorite musicians, but has had a very large part in the writing of this record. I think we wrote 7 songs on this record, including the first 3, which we wrote with Bill Lloyd, who I think is here somewhere, right? Bill? Somewhere. Oh, great, he probably didn't show. Something better to do. I don't know. But Bill and I wrote this next song together, and it was inspired because I noticed something. You know, I think you got a sense that my son had some medical things that we, you know, are fine now, by the way. But at the time, you know, you're in this moment, and it can be like a medical thing. It can be, you know, going through a divorce or any, you know, a death, anything that's a hard moment. And all the people who love you keep saying, "How are you? Tell me what's going on. Give me all the latest," you know. And it's such a loving thing. But when you're in that moment, you may not have it within your scope of energy or wherewithal to answer all the questions, and sometimes all you really need is just to know that somebody's there. And I wanted to send this song out to my friend Lindsay, my friend Joanna, who was just in that moment and who sadly passed a couple weeks ago. But I'm going to still send this out to Joanna's family, Mark and Magnolia, who I think are here. But I'm also going to introduce to you this beautiful spirit to my right. This girl, when I met her, I just instantly fell in love with her. We call each other namesake because we have the same name. But this is Andrea Renee. Please make her welcome. And she's going to help me sing a song called I Can't Talk About It Now.
Strange in a way, I'm not ready yet to say how I feel. It's too real, I can't see beyond today. Just be here for me now. I can't see
Thank you so much. I'm going to tell you about some of these other people up here on stage, because aren't they fabulous? Right? Down there, holding down that end of the stage in lovely style. This guy plays so soulfully and so imaginatively and so movingly, and I just had to have him play all over this record, including what you just heard. Please make welcome Jim Oblon. And back there on the percussion, there's no finer percussion player in this town. That's all I can say. He plays with everybody. He plays on everything. He's a consummate session musician and a heck of a nice guy. Eric Darkin, please, on percussion. Uh-huh. And then there's Willie. I may have mentioned this over there, but this guy has played with Donny Hathaway. He's played with the Doobie Brothers. He's played with Eric Clapton. He's recorded with James Taylor, my own boss. He's done everything with everybody. Another one of those. Please, Willie Weeks. And I love him too. I'm gonna wait. We're gonna space it out because we got a lot of cover. We got a lot of ground to cover. I do want to introduce the gentleman who sang on the first song of the night, which was called "Another Side of Home." He's gonna sing on this one, which was written with Tom Utz again and with Fred Knobloch, who's here somewhere. One of my favorite musicians and singers. Again, I'm gonna say that about everybody because, like we've said, they're all my favorites. Don't get sick of me. Okay, this is McAnally. Please welcome Mac. We're going to sing a song called Let Them Go, and then we're going to take a little pause. We're going to come back and play the rest of the record after the pause. But this is Let Them Go. Don't go away because we're coming back. Okay, let them go.
As the years go by, every bird is born to fly. Let 'em go. To you, they're always gonna be too young. You always knew the time would come. They're gonna walk, they're gonna run. Let 'em go. To the ends of the earth, they're gonna love, gonna hurt. See what's the matter and how much it's worth. What's down the road, we don't need to know. Let 'em go. You see yourself just like yesterday. Dreams so big you had to break away. Now all you wanna do is make them stay. Let them go. Clear out the spaces, let them fill in the blanks. Hold the ladder as they climb the race. Quiet prayer, give thanks. Let them go. To the ends of the earth, they're gonna love, gonna hurt. See what's the matter and how much it's worth. What's down the road, we don't need to know. Let 'em go. Hold on, holding on. Heart down the road. We don't need to know. Let 'em go. Let 'em go. Let 'em go. Thank you. McAnally. Thank you very much. We'll be right back.
All right, folks, don't go far because we're just taking a short break now, and then Andrea is going to be back and do much more of this beautiful, rich new album she's got with all these wonderful folks. So don't go far, okay?
All right, Jim. You know, there's an occupational hazard in Nashville, and that's if you're an incredibly talented singer and instrumentalist. Sometimes big musicians hire you and value you and keep you very busy. And that's what we've got here tonight. Now, I want to remind you, you're listening to Hippie Radio, Nashville, Bellevue, 94.5 on your FM dial. Don't forget, this Friday night, a rare appearance by legendary Keb Mo at the Skirmerhorn Symphony Center downtown. Here, Keb Mo performs songs from his critically acclaimed new album, Blues Americana. Get your tickets for this Friday while they last at NashvilleSymphony.org. Well, what if you never had to pay for gas again? Say if you drove this 100% electric, no gas Nissan Leaf you see right here in the auditorium tonight. You can answer that question. The Nissan Leaf gets the equivalent of 126 miles per gallon. That's right, 126 miles per gallon. So far, 75,000 customers in the United States alone are saving a lot of money and time by not having to stop at gas stations anymore. And of course, fewer parts under the hood means less maintenance, so you'll save on more than just gas. With seating capacity, and it's just a beautiful automobile. And you can get 5 in there, 5 people. Every new Nissan Leaf in the United States comes from right here in Tennessee. The vehicle and battery plants are located in Smyrna and Deckard, just a short drive from here. And currently, if you buy a new Nissan Leaf here in Nashville, Nissan's no charge to charge promotion provides you complimentary access to public charging stations for 2 full years. Talk about range confidence. So visit your Nashville dealer today and test drive the 100% electric, no gas Nissan Leaf. I heard, Craig, I heard Vince Gill backstage talking about maybe getting a Leaf and carrying his band in it and eliminate the hassle of the bus, you know? I mean, that bus drinks a lot of gas.
We'll see how the band feels about that.
Yeah, we'll check with the band on that first. Who have you got over there?
Folks, we've just got 3 or 4 minute break here, but I really couldn't let the night end without getting to know a little bit more about Gnarly Parkers. Please welcome Anna Arata and Ryan Leet back to the stage.
Hey there.
Guys, a wonderful sound, wonderful band, and it's certainly not what folks expect from the 20-somethings of American life these days in the high-paced world that we live in. But elaborate on that moment that you're like, he's playing jazz. He's playing, swing jazz, and what the conversation was like. And did you both bring long-term interests, or was it a new enthusiasm with either of y'all?
Well, I met Ryan in college, and so I had been looking to start a band for a while, and I've always been really interested in jazz. And he just happened to be at our friend's house, and he was playing on the porch, and I was like, oh, that's it. Like, we have to try to do something. And so we met together and realized our voices worked really well together, and we just started playing. And I know, Ryan, you've had a ton of interest in jazz. I have too. I grew up in musical theater, but
musical theater. So classic show tunes would have been in your repertoire. And okay, great. So Ryan, what was your background in the music?
Yeah, so I come from a military family, and so my dad was always overseas, and I would watch all these World War II movies, and because he's a soldier, and I'd be really into the films all had these swing music soundtracks.
Okay, cool.
And
yeah.
I was into the music and the whole era and the aesthetic of it, and I just started digging deeper into the recordings because I like the way they sound, and kind of became a little bit of a swing guru, I guess, maybe. But
do y'all have particular favorites when you're trying to turn somebody on to that whole world? Are you a Basie person or a Tommy Dorsey person or a Django? Where do you really find your heart?
Well, we when we first met, we were actually playing Django Reinhardt inspired tunes, and but you know, once we got the whole band together, we kind of went to more of an American kind of swing sound with you know, Benny Goodman, Count Basie. Eddie Condon had a great band in the 50s that inspires us all a lot. So yeah.
Well, I love that there was a clarinet in amidst the horn section. I always love to hear a clarinet swing.
Oh yeah. We had to beg Charles to buy that, but once he got it, he couldn't get his hands off of it. Yeah.
Cool. Talk about the musical backgrounds of the band and whether, specifically from the point of view of schooling and training, you could imagine that everybody was a music major studying their instrument. That the case or not so much the case?
Yeah, so we all met at school, and we were all music majors actually. Yeah. We went to Belmont University and just recently graduated, and so we met each other in classes, and they have a really great curriculum to get us.
Were y'all in the same class, graduating together?
No,
not quite. No, okay.
A few, I think. Who's the oldest? Will is probably the oldest one, and
that would have been way too much to believe. But the way you said it, almost like everybody was flipping their caps and gowns in the air at the same time.
No, I think about 4 of us graduated at the same time, right?
Nice.
3 or 4? 4 of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, where you've traveled, I saw y'all did a gig up in Michigan at the Grand Hotel. What kind of places are you able to and looking to play?
Well, we particularly like to play with swing dancers. The dancers really vibe off of us, and we do routines with them and travel. We went to Chicago as a group and got to go to this club. What's it called?
Green Mule?
The Green Mill.
The Green Mill,
There's
absolutely
a great
famous
Dixieland band called the Fat Babies. We went to see them, and they inspired us a lot. And yeah.
And you have a new EP called Hop Heads. We were debating backstage whether that was the Lindy Hop or beer, but so it's brand new, and congratulations. And I guess the striking thing is the amount of original material here. You guys are writing this stuff, not just borrowing from the old days. Talk about that.
Yeah, I had studied songwriting at school a lot, and I'm really into American folk music, and so you know, I was into the swing music, so I figured why not try to, you know, make some new material and see how it goes.
What does that feel like? I've tried that. You know, once you learn those great chord vocabulary on the guitar, it is you do start to kind of, well, what would it be like? Am I trying to inhabit this sensibility from many years ago? Am I trying to write a modern song with this feel? Are the lyrics supposed to be, you know, about sort of, you know, horse and buggy era, or is it? Can I write a swing tune about a hybrid car? I mean, where does your head go to try to write original material for this?
Well, for me, it's like I just love the sound. I try to keep the songs to be relevant and current as I can. In a sense, it's just a reflection of my experience.
Yeah.
But I just love I love the whole style, and it just kind of seems natural to write modern songs in the style of swing music. I don't really think it's obsolete or anything.
No way.
Yeah, it's.
Anne, are you writing at all? Are you doing?
I write a little bit, but I wanted to mention this one song. Our first song on the EP is called "Spin Me Minnie."
Yeah.
And when Ryan brought it in, he wrote that one, and he brought it in, and he was explaining how he wrote it. He was like, "Yeah, I picked a yo-yo out of a box," and I was like, "Yo-yo yours," and then he wrote like all of "Spin Me Minnie" off of that, and it's just. So
that's cool. Yeah, it's got to come from somewhere.
I just wanted to share that. It's such a cool story. I was like, really? You got yo-yo yours, spin me Minnie out of a yo-yo.
Very nice. Well, you guys have a great sound and a lot of potential and future, and good luck. It's you know, this kind of music. I think there's a lot of people who are going to just latch on and love it. So here's to ya. Gnarly Parkers, everybody. Watch for them. Hire them. Have a party. And book them. That's what you should do, right?
We were just talking backstage, and they're going to reconvene again. And folks, you got to go out and support these guys, okay? It's just so great, yeah.
All right, second half.
Yes. Are you guys ready? Okay, well, I'll tell you what. This is just such a special night here at Music City Roots, I'll tell you. And we're glad y'all are here to be a part of it. So let's welcome back the fantastic Andrea Zonn.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Jim. We're going to pick it back up. I'm going to bring Vince back out here. If you would welcome him to the stage. And Mr. Oblon. And we're gonna run a couple of things together. The first one is a song called "Where the Water Meets the Sky" that Tom and I wrote with Kim Ritchie. And then we're going to go into the title track called "Rise," which I wrote with Luke Pulla.
Troubled times, they say we live in troubled times. I say we don't know what we got until it's gone. for the blanket of cloud. It's no time for thinking. You know what to do. Only a fool would linger and tempt the hands of doom. Rise, rise, rise again. The fool always struggle, desperate for control. But I've learned the freedom that comes from letting go. Now, child, don't you worry. It's out of our hands. You know that we all have trials. We're not meant to understand. Still we rise, rise, rise. And when the water's rising, can nothing stay down? You know they can't stand the way. The peace I found, I'm gonna see higher ground. I ain't gonna drown. Oh, I ain't going down. So we rise, rise, rise. Shall we rise, rise, rise again? Shall we rise, rise, rise? Oh, we rise up again. Thank you. How about that Vince Gill? Jim Oblon, come on now. You're good up here. See that? How I got the wires all crossed and I was like standing like that. It's graceful. So, you know, you can't really do anything but change gears after a song like that. And and that's where this lovely thing comes in handy. This lady who's bringing her banjo to the stage is another, I know, surprising, another one of my favorite humans and musicians. We've been making music together for a very long time, and it's always fun.
Please make welcome Alison Brown. And you know, we like to take the banjo to places, banjo and the fiddle back to, you know, places they don't often go anymore. You know, remember back in the times when after a hard day of work in the field and, you know, the men would be in the kitchen doing the dishes and cleaning up after dinner, and the girls would be sitting on the porch playing the fiddle and the banjo. That's the good old days, right? So we're going to do a song. It's, you know, it's a stretch, but it's a baseball love song, which, you know, I couldn't think of a better person to write this with, again, with Tom, but we had to pull Peter Cooper in on this one because he's not only a fantastic writer, but a baseball, like a walking encyclopedia of baseball. So Peter Cooper helped us write this. Alison played on it. It's called Another Swing and a Miss.
Swing and a miss, another one off the list. 3 and you're out. I'm beginning to doubt the good of the game. Thought it would help, but it hurt. Left me kicking the dirt. Now a smile is a scalp. Love was fair, it was foul, and it's my claim to fame. In the spring it was grand, he was holding my hand. Summer was a hell of a grind. Now the October wind says I lost once again. Maybe next season I'll find another chance to begin. Play for the win. When it's time to play ball, we'll knock it over the wall instead of just another swing and a miss. Chance to begin. Play for the win. When it's time to play ball, they'll knock it over the wall in the spring with a smile and a kiss instead of just another swing and a miss. Alison Brown. I want to introduce the rest of this rhythm section to you. Back here on the drums, just playing so great. Really making it feel fantastic back there. He's been playing with Vince for years. He was in McBride and the Ride. And an awesome human being. That's Billy Thomas. And playing the piano, I have to say, I met this man working with Trace Adkins. We did a Christmas tour. He is a regular part of Trace's band. He's the band leader and an extraordinary musician, as I learned. We actually wrote the next song together, and just, what a talent. What a nice guy. That's John Coleman.
John Cole, my man. Thank you. We're going to get Vince out here to sing one more with me, see, because that's how it goes. This one is called, oh, you know, it's like, never mind. It's called You Make Me Whole.
There was a time when I just soldier on. You'd look at me and never see the tears in my uniform, but you let me lay my weapons down. I don't lose when I surrender now. Anybody else would have just seen pieces laying on the ground, nothing worth keeping. Anybody else would have let me go, but you won't. You're like a potter seeing beauty in a broken vase, never throwing something so precious away. You put me back together and you fill the cracks with gold. You make me whole. It hurts to stumble, it hurts more to fall. These battle scars of ours become our prison walls. Brick by brick, you tore mine down. You took me by the hand, baby, and you led me out. Don't you know anybody else would have just seen Jesus laying on the ground, nothing worth keeping. Anybody else would have let me go, but you won't. You're like a potter seeing beauty in a broken vase, never throwing something so precious away. You put me back together and you fill the cracks with gold. You make me whole. You make me whole. I'm open now, but not so broken now. Little by little you're mending me, though I don't know how. I don't know how. Anybody else would have just seen pieces laying on the ground, nothing worth keeping. Anybody else would have let me go, but you won't. But you won't. You're like a potter seeing beauty in a broken vase, never throwing something so precious away. You put me back together and you fill the cracks with gold. You make me whole. You make me whole. You make me whole.
So I have one more little special guest to bring out. We're going to bring Alison Brown back out here to play her banjola on a ballad. And, I mentioned this man a minute ago. We did a tour a few years ago of Christmas music, of old Christmas hymns, and I got to know a side of him that I had not heard before, and I just, he's so great. He's so great. And so I asked him to come be part of this project, and he said yes. And there was really no sweeter way to end the record than with this song called Ships that I wrote with Tom. And I would like to thank you all so much for having us. This is the last song. Thanks to Music City Roots for letting us play it from start to finish. What a nice, humbling, amazing thing. So gracious. And for all of you for being here, thank you. So to close this out, I'd like to invite Trace Adkins to join us, please. See what happens. Watch this.
Quietly closes his suitcase. He wears a new hat and new clothes. He doesn't yet know what's before him, but he won't go back. This much he knows. A sailor sings down in the tavern. He's drunken and loud and old. He's lonely tonight in the harbor. He'll be lonely tomorrow. Tomorrow at sun. Bearing the scars of the motion, from saltwater waves in the wind, sailing across the wide ocean. One ship sets out, one ship comes in.
They heard of a life on a new shore, free from the reigns of all kings, a beacon of hope for the weary, hope that only a new morning brings.
An old woman sits in the twilight. She knows her time is drawing nigh. A child's laughing outside her window. She remembers a good and long life and closes her eyes. Bearing the scars of emotion, from saltwater waves in the wind,
Sailing across the wide ocean, one ship sets out, one ship comes in.
one ship comes in.
Adkins, Jim Mulvon, Tom Utes, Alison Brown, Eric Darkin, Willie Weeks, Billy Thomas, John Coleman, and Vince Gill, and Kev Moe. Come on, Andrea, Renee, and a pretty fun night. Thank you so much.
Andrea Zonn, everybody. And this all-star night, I'll tell you what. Thank you, Andrea. Trace, thanks so much for being here with us. Andrea Zonn and her friends, everybody. Go over there and get the album. And hey, don't leave, because we're getting ready to have a big jam session right now, okay?
You know what I'm thinking about doing? I'm thinking about picking a fight with that man. You think I could whip him? I don't think so either. By the way, thanks to Griffin Technology, the phone charging station up in Sponsor Village. Craig, what's going on over in the Griffin chat room? What a night!
Well, it is one a night. Boy, great pleasure to say thanks to all the artists from the Blackstone Brewery lineup tonight. And Andrea Zonn, the Honey Island Swamp Band, Gnarly Parkers, Jake, Shimabukuro. Let's hear it for all of them.
Yeah!
What a good time. See, that's got the chemistry, right? 4 totally different things. I love it. Folks, come and join us every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. We're always here. And next week is exciting. We've got, let's see where to start. It's a pretty neat mix again. We've got more New Orleans music. The Dirty Bourbon River Show coming back. They do New Orleans big brass circus rock. Their term, not mine, but I think that gets you a sense of what they do. The Nick Moss Band is out of Chicago. They are regulars at Buddy Guy's Club up there, great favorites of the great Buddy Guy. So that's going to be some traditional Chicago blues. The wonderful and funny folk writer Vance Gilbert is returning to the stage. He's always super entertaining. And this is very special, y'all, for another Nashville mega ensemble. They're called Aqua Velvet. Anybody heard of Aqua Velvet? You know what this is? The great Jim Hoke. Sideman to the stars, horn player, arranger. He's put together, it's basically an orchestra. There's strings, there's horns, there's woodwinds. It's 11 pieces. It is fronted by the great Christy Rose as they do their new project, Exotic Sounds in Country Music. Aqua Velvet's going to be something else. So I'll be here. Keith, how you doing? What a good night.
Well, I tell you what, we are crazy about this Nashville Jam. I would whip Trace Adkins over a bottle of this. I'm not kidding you. Gary and Courtney Barrett have started making their gourmet jams and jellies as gifts for family and friends from the abundance of their own garden. And now, even though it's in stores from New York to Texas, still made with that same loving care. And I tell you, it is good stuff. Natural gourmet jams and jellies. Fruit flavors like strawberry, and I think I have raspberry here, yes. Blueberry, wild taste like peach habanero, or garlic and Vidalia onion. And now they've even opened their own restaurant. It's a charming place out in Old Hickory, and the home cooking is as good as Nashville Jam on a biscuit. Make sure to support Nashville Jam and tell them to thanks for supporting, well, the Nashville Jam. Gang, are we ready?
Please.
Don't start that stretch business with me. Oh, Andrea, would you like for me to stretch? Not a problem, darling.
I'm sorry, Mr. Mean Jeans. We're not quite ready yet. If you can stretch
Andrea
things
asked
out.
me to stretch. I'm going to stretch, man. I'll stand there and talk all night for her. She's wonderful. Have you had a good time tonight? I'll tell you. I mean, I know I work here, and I'm a little bit prejudiced, but this is the best show in town. Any Wednesday night. Yes, 2 for 1. That's right, I'd forgotten that. If you go to MusicCityRoots.com to get your tickets, put in the promo code STAR129. Bob Forrester will buy you another ticket. So you get like 2 for 1. Isn't he a great guy? I mean, he's in the diamond business. He's filthy rich. He's got all kinds of money. So I want to hit 1,000 tickets just for old Bob, okay? Yeah, whether you come to the show or not, just go on and make him buy you one. It's going to be a great night. Craig, you have anything else to say?
Well, all I know is that I was really lucky to get to write the bio for this for the Rise record by Andrea's. Happy to be asked, but man, I got to hear the record way back in like February. It was early. It was in the deep winter, and then I was like, this is great. And then we waited, and they're setting this thing up to go big nationwide. So it's 7 months of waiting to hear this thing finally come to fruition. Oh. But now it has, and just the variety on it. I mean, well, we'll be talking about it in the review tomorrow. It's going to just. I'm great.
Like you. I hate for this night to come to an end, but all good things must end. But we're not going to end. We're going to go out with a bang. The Nashville
Did
Jam.
anybody guess the jam this week?
He turned around and said he was ready. And now he's giving me that old stretch look again.
I'm sorry. Did somebody say something from stage left? I
Jim
could have
not at all.
sworn I heard a breeze or something over there. Oh, Keith Bilbrey.
Yes.
Mr. Fancy Boots.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, we've got a good jam lined up for you. Wasn't this just an incredible show? And Andrea recommended this one, and we've never done it here at Music City Roots, and so we're going to try a John Fogerty song for you and sing along on the chorus if you know it. It goes like this.
One minute.
Thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you next week here at Music City Roots. Thank you.
What a night. Music City Roots is a production of Hang Die Media. Executive producers John Walker and Todd Mayo would like to thank our stage manager, Carly Hennigan, for keeping a wild night flowing smoothly like she always does. And a big thanks to all our friends at the Skirmahorn Symphony Center. Get your tickets for Keb Mo this Friday night at NashvilleSymphony.org. We're glad you joined us this week for Music City Roots, live from the factory. I'm Keith Bilbrey, and from the edge of Music City, good night, everybody.